Nick, thanks a lot for joining us. It's great to have United Airlines as part of our conversation. Maybe first you could introduce yourself to our audience and just tell them who you are, your job, and what you do.
Thank you for having me. I'm Nick Lauria. I'm IT Director for United Airlines, and I am in charge of Citrix engineering and Windows engineering. I have the server infrastructure for our data centers in airports all over the world.
Great example of a place with thousands of endpoints. Security is a huge issue, presumably cost a bit of an issue. Where is the whole endpoint revolution going as you see it?
So our backstory with thin clients is we've been in the thin client game for about 4 years now, and we wanted to start shutting down our brick and mortar sites and our work from home agents. We have probably 4,000 to 5,000 work from home agents. So our security is important to us. There's a lot of credit card data being transferred with these work from home agents. Right now we were using the Dell Wise 3020s, and they were not passing the PCI audits. We were having a lot of trouble with two-factor with them. And then that's what brought us out to look at different devices, and the iGel device has actually blown away all of the thin client HPs out there. We're looking for, we're going to be purchasing iGel devices, probably 2,000 to 3,000, and that's just the start. And then because it's an enterprise, we have enterprise solution. We have a lot of use cases that we're probably going to be purchasing a lot more. We're looking to really spread this across our environment and throughout the world of how we do our business with the airline. Excited to get it out to the airports. We're going to start with small airports, and I got a lot of use cases with the airports, so really excited to. It's going to help us with support and maintenance. You know, I can do away with our PCs and sometimes it takes days to go out for one of our guys to fix these PCs. With iGel, we won't have to worry about that. The thin clients that iGel provides us for security is the best, by far the best out in the market right now. With the thin Linux is what really helps us in two-factor authentication for our PCI zones.
So obviously security is a huge deal for you, authentication. So, in what way are they better? How do you, when you say they're blowing the competition away, just tell me how.
We were struggling to connect in the two-factor PCI area when they were using Windows, the thin Linux that iGel offers. The configurations are a lot better, and it meets to our security standard, which is able to connect well with two-factor within our data centers.
And is the user experience out of iGel different?
That's a huge selling point for us as well. It's the management of the iGel device is by far better than what we currently have with the Dell device. It's user-friendly, it's easy for us to configure, and there's special requirements that we love that the iGel device provides that the Dell devices doesn't provide. As we like to, we have certain splash screens that we're able to put on this iGel device also, so when we have irregular operations, we're able to post messages out there to the devices, and the agents could be sitting home and they can see these messages pop up, and it's a great way of communicating throughout our community that we have out there of our work from home agents right now.
When you say irregularities, it occurs to me that obviously kind of real-time information in the airline industry is a critical part of your customer service offering. So that's what you're talking about. There's a weather disruption or something, you know, horrible happens, and you can communicate?
Yes, we can communicate to, the iGel device actually gives us the ability to communicate to a single user, or we can communicate to multiple users, and you can communicate any information through that device. And you know, if they turn on the device itself, and they'll have a communication that comes across the whole screen, and we'll tell them. Or if they're in the middle of work at the time, we can scroll it across the screen as well. So with weather, disasters, whatever may come about.
And that's not the norm, obviously.
It is not the norm, but it was definitely a big a business requirement that was asked. and that's why the iGel beat out most of the competition is because of their security and their customer service of what it provides for us.
Another thing that strikes me, I fly your airline a lot, so I know that you at the plane level have to worry about constant upgrades and keeping aircraft new and fresh and safe and so on. But back, many layers down below that, you got to do the same with hardware, with computing hardware. And I'm guessing you got a lot of legacy stuff, lots of mergers and acquisitions and so on over the years. And one of iGel's key selling features is also that it's hardware agnostic. You can basically plug it into anything,
right.
A Mac from today or a ThinkPad from 1989, and it'll work. Is that right?
So our brick and mortar sites right now, for instance, we have older hardware there, and we will not be able to refresh them this year. So the UD Pocket really brings us the ability to extend the life of that device and not worry about the internals of the device, because now it's going to talk back to our data center. So it's a really big help right now, and it's a huge cost savings for us, and not have to refresh that and then go back and put thin clients out there.
Well, I'm guessing also because you're in the kind of the data, the control, the management of the IT function. This must give you some relief in terms of manpower, and it doesn't work. Phone calls to the help desk saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm at home. I'm in Phoenix, and I can't get my computer to work." Are you seeing the benefits of that?
Absolutely. We have our devices right now that we have deployed out in the world. It's definitely been a big help with support, and I'm hoping as we deploy more, we'll be able to cut down the support teams that we have where we don't need them. So right now we have our iGel 20 to 30 units deployed across the world right now, testing with our work from home agents, and we have them side by side with the Dell 3020s and 3040s that are deployed out there. So they're trying to see what they like best. We just had a hurricane out in Hawaii, and we have iGel devices out there, and it was amazing, the support and whatnot, that it didn't fail. So we actually had multiple devices out there. We had an iGel device, and we also had a Dell device, and a lot of feedback we're getting because of one of the issues we struggle with the Dell devices, because when they lose connectivity, either LAN or wireless, it will take 30 to 60 minutes for a Dell device to grab a new IP. So it's being cached within their system, and they can't seem how to fix that. The iGel device, when they lose connectivity, it comes back right with a brand new IP address, and it's back online right from where the screen actually left off at. So it's a huge saving grace for our agents, because then they don't lose the work that they're doing with bookings and all the information that they take a long time to plug in. So we're able to speed up our process. So our calls, will drastically go down, our call times, because of the way this connects.
Wow, that's pretty amazing, especially in something like a hurricane where everyone's panicked. There's a lot of stress. Every minute is a big minute in customer service. So where do you see this going, and where do you see iGel becoming a big player in this game? Obviously, they're the little guy fighting against a couple of biggies like HP and Dell you've mentioned. Where do you see this going?
I see it actually surpassing the competition out there, because from what we see is iGel is focused on thin clients and thin clients only. That's their niche. When you're dealing with an HP and a Dell, from what we deal with every day, they have a lot of technology. So their focus really isn't in the thin client world, and their support is really not there. It's not to where we need it from what iGel can provide us. So I see it definitely passing up the competition, and it's probably going to be the best. I see it on the best on the market. Also, our thin client area was just a small area where we were using. We would be using. For work from home agents. Now, because of iGel, we're going to actually deploy this as an enterprise solution, where we're going to start deploying in data centers and in offices, and we can probably get it out to airports as well.
Wow, fantastic. Yeah. iGel made a decision a couple of years ago, a very strategic decision, to not be a hardware company, but to be software first, hardware as support, so you can take it or leave it, the hardware. Smart decision, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. That's where I see that's where the market's going anyway. It's a lot of companies are getting out of the hardware business and focusing more on the software side of it. So yeah, it makes sense, and I think it will pay off in the end.
Great. Well, thank you, Nick. That was wonderful talking with you, and thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.